Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. It is Tuesday, February 8th at 10:35 a.m. Purdue is getting ready to play Illinois this evening. One of those, I hate the 9 p.m. Tip-offs, but it'll be a big stage. Purdue should be ready. Excited for it because I think it's a big game. You guys know this if you've been tuning into this site. My sights have been set on the NCAA tournament since October, November. So this game is no different in that I'm looking at a bigger picture. But I think these two teams are really interesting together. If you watch that double overtime thriller in Champaign, you saw two teams that are really good and good differently, which is funny because they both run their offense through a big, powerful guy. They're very few teams in the league can really match each other in the post like Purdue can with Cockburn and Edey. Those guys are just beasts. They're men, like they're men among boys, and it's fun to watch another team that has a similar philosophy. But they're different in a lot of ways in that Illinois is really a defensively minded team this year first, and Purdue is obviously an offensively minded team, and they're kind of on each other's like they're mirror images in some ways. In that Illinois really has three guys that are offensive minded players. They're really really good too. They're a major, maybe four. You could say Curbelo, Plummer. Of course, Cockburn and I'm missing one. But they have guys that can score, and they create problems for Purdue. Frazier, gosh darn it, Frazier. And Frazier has been nothing but a pain in Purdue's side for the 17 years he's been in Illinois. And he'll continue to be a pain in Purdue's side tonight. I guarantee it. He's awfully good. But their defense is so darn good. They play really kind of a nasty type of defense, very physical. Purdue has struggled against that defense. I think the funny thing is Purdue struggled, but they still scored a ton of points versus them and against them in Champaign. Sorry, cough's almost gone, but not quite gone yet. So, but on the other side of the ball, Purdue defense is how you say not great statistically, and I don't think that's going to change too much. There's debates and discussions going on about that Purdue defense on Purdue boards and places, but there's some interesting things though. Let's look at the game tonight. Purdue is coming in with a 5-game winning streak, second longest winning streak of the season for Purdue. I think Purdue had an 8-game winning streak to start the season. So Purdue obviously has some momentum. They're playing at home with the paint crew there to cheer them on, which will be excellent. And Illinois is coming off a four-game winning streak. So after losing to Purdue, they lost another one because I think they were down Coburn, and then they kind of got rolling again. Curbelo's playing really, really well. Plummer's playing really, really well. Frazier's playing really, really well. Then they have, I think, Williams, and they have a bunch of guys that are just talented. They're a good team. But this is an important game for Purdue just because it kind of tests their mettle. I like games like that, and I think that's a good thing. Purdue is third in the nation. Illinois is 13th. Illinois is 17-5, 10-2 in conference. Purdue is 9-3 in conference. Pardon me. And Purdue has a chance to really put themselves in a position where they're exactly where they want to be, which is in part of the driver's seat for the Big Ten title, but more than that, in the driver's seat for a high seed. So great place to be. Statistically, there's some interesting things I looked at in the last couple of days. Illinois is one of these teams. They're a great defensive team. Like I was saying, the stats don't lie about what they are. They're third best in the Big Ten in defense. IU is number one. And this is what a lot of Purdue fans have talked about, that it shows how much of a decision defense really is, because IU, I mean, they've got different players, obviously, because they had some transfers, some new guys, but they have a different mentality. In the top 5 teams in defensively in the Big Ten this year, of those top 5, Purdue's 3 losses come in that group. Of course, Wisconsin is 5th in the league. Rutgers is 2nd. And IU is 1st. So I think that's an interesting factoid. Purdue is number 1 overall in offense. Purdue is still averaging nearly 85 points a game. Margin victory, they're best in the league. And they're a good three-point shooting team. But when Sasha Stefanovic is on, which he really hasn't been on the last couple games, they're a great 3-point shooting team. Sasha has been um, uh, attacking the lane. He's been driving on defense. He's had I think a block shot a game for the last 3 games, which is awesome. Different look thing, different look for Purdue. It's really fun to see, and it makes Purdue even more deadly. The thing that Purdue has, which a lot of teams don't have, where if a team tries to take something away, Purdue finds something else to use and to go at, and they've done a really good job at that this season. I think Purdue's favored by 6 tonight. I don't get into Vegas stuff very much. I don't bet, but I think the spread's about where it should be. I think Purdue should be able to handle their business, and so I'm excited about the game. I think the environment's going to be awesome. I'm hoping Purdue wins by more than 6, though. I'd like it to be one of those games where Purdue makes a statement, and Sasha Stefanovic specifically is back at it. His release, shooting the ball, has been so excellent this year. He gets the ball in his hands, and he gets it low and gets it up high quickly, and has it out of his hands quicker than I think any Purdue fan I can remember, other than save Carson Edwards. I think that's it. That's the list. It's a pretty impressive group. Thanks for tuning in today. Thanks to our sponsors, Martin Vintage, Gridiron Metalworks, and AJ's. We appreciate all 3 of them. They make this thing go. And as I'm getting back to 100%, my voice, you guys can enjoy what you hear, because it's like angels singing when I talk most of the time. I do appreciate you kind of dealing with me as I've gotten back to health. How do you feel about the game? Sound off below in the comments. A couple people are here live. I appreciate it. Nathan Anderson says, "Morning, B-Dad." You too, sir. Great to wake up in the morning and not feel like you got a temperature or whatever. So I've just been celebrating the last couple of days being like normal me, which is good. So Andrew Day has a great comment here. Can we get some more positive tweets tonight? Absolutely not, Andrew. I don't do that. I'm just kidding. So the funny thing is, let me explain a little something, because people have gotten mad at me 2 games ago. They got mad at me, and I don't really care. I'm generally a cheerleader during games. Like, generally, I just want to see Purdue do well and enjoy the party, have fun on Twitter. And nobody seems to give me a hard time when it's all shiny lollipops and rainbows. But if I say one thing that says Coach Painter should be culpable for the state of things, then I have people jump on me as if it's like all his aunts and uncles on Twitter. And I really don't care about you guys thinking that's a problem or an assault on your dignity, that I think Painter should be held accountable for Purdue's problems. I think he should be held accountable for Purdue's problems, because he's a millionaire coach. That's what he does. That's what he should do. I don't think he would even think that's a problem. Here's what I see tonight. Purdue's keys to the game. The big one, hit your free throws. I think this is real simple. If Purdue can get out in the lead, which I think they will because it's Mackey, and then they start hitting their free throws, it's a bit of a snowball effect. They kept Michigan at an arm's length with the free throw shooting. I think they'll be able to do it again. But I think Sasha's due for a big night, and perimeter shooting is due for a big night in generally. BAD says, need Eric to play like he's been playing. Eric Hunter has been the key to the whole thing of late. He's been extremely important. His ability to go at the hoop and drive is number one, the big difference in the offense. Number two, his defense on ball has been very good. He and Ivy both have been pretty good. A little inconsistent, but pretty solid overall. And that's a big difference to this Purdue team. Rob Paget asks, good question. Any chance of a Handsome Hour? Rob, I don't control everybody in the Handsome Hour. If I came on and said and called it a Handsome Hour and it was just me talking, I think you'd get little out of it, honestly. So I can't control it. Busy guys. And I think it'd be fun to do a Handsome Hour, but I don't have any control over it. So all you get though, since it's not a full Handsome Hour, is like a very, very handsome 10 to 15 minutes with the best looking of the 3 of us. So that's all I can say. So I'll get you as close as I can, possibly, Rob. So But appreciate everybody tuning in. Really appreciate people tuning in live in the morning, ignoring their work responsibilities. Always a good thing to do. I do appreciate that. So feeling good about tonight's game. I hope you are as well. Sound off below. Start the discussion here. Continue it on Twitter, wherever you want to do it. If you haven't subscribed, do it here. This is the greatest YouTube feed in the universe right here. Boiled Sports. So do appreciate you tuning in. And thanks for doing it. I feel like I said, I think Purdue wins. I think they roll tonight. Yeah, Andrew Day, great comment. Says, this is way more important than work. You're right, Andrew. Darn right. And I hope your family recognizes that too, if you have a family, because if they don't, that's on them. That's a error on their part. So, but thanks for tuning in. Look forward to talking to you again, maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight. I'm not sure. It kind of all depends on how I feel, honestly. I could fall asleep at 8:30 tonight just because residuals of COVID are stupid. So I doubt it. I'll probably watch the entire Illinois game, but who knows? I can't make promises. That's the thing. I've just been along for the ride, which is silly. BAD has a comment. Do you know what's going on with Newman? Because he's been getting absolutely no playing time. I think this is pretty simple. I think Painter has just moved him out of the rotation. I don't know if there's anything weird to report here other than he's a guy that's fallen out of grace a little bit, which sucks. Because, like, if you know, I love Brandon Newman. People that know me away from this website or this feed, they know I love Brandon Newman. I think he's a great player. I just like his game. Big fan of his. I would love to see him get back and involved in the offense, in the defense. Like it seems like Painter was trying to teach him a lesson for a bit, getting him away from just being a shooter first, and then he just kind of fell off. I mean, he gave him that game where he started, which I still, to this day, think is bizarre. I don't think it made any sense. And since then, really nothing. So I don't know. I don't have much more to report there. Andrew says, get well, man. COVID sucks. Sounds like you're through the worst. Yeah, it was, I can explain my thing. Mine was kind of like a bad cold for 8 days, but it just kind of nagged and wouldn't go away. And now I'm doing great. Look at me. If you're watching, you can see I look amazing. So that's half the battle, right? No, but it's just a nagging thing. And I had 3 different sets of symptoms that were just kind of annoying. So glad to be back. And I do feel better. So no need to say get well, because I think we're 95% of the way there. So that's good. I do appreciate the well wishes, though. I really do. More than that, I'm a man who believes in prayer. So if you want to say a prayer for me, I appreciate that. But really, I'm almost done. So it's good stuff. But thanks again for tuning in. Hope you have a great day. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon. And like I said, I don't make promises when I'm going to broadcast or record the next time, just because I can't. So, but hopefully it'll be soon. And when it is, hopefully see the same cast here of people watching and listening live. I do appreciate it. So we'll see you later. Have a great day. God bless you. Hammer down.